Hi there, students. Liberal. Okay, liberal can be an adjective. It can also be a noun, and we have the adverb liberally. Okay, let's look at some of the different meanings of liberal. Firstly, we can use liberal to mean generous, a generous amount. Use a liberal amount of flour to stop the dough from sticking to the board. Paint the surface liberally with oil. Be generous with it. Don't use too little of it. Yeah. He gave liberal portions of food to each of us. Okay, so generous. Don't spare it. Yeah. He was very liberal with his nice comments, his complimentary words. Ample and abundant, generous in quantity. Yet add a liberal quantity of salt. Okay, so generous, abundant in quantity. He was very liberal with the amount, with his spending. He spent quite amply and generously, using all the money that he needed. Yeah. Okay. There was a generous amount of a liberal amount of butter on the bread. Quite a generous amount. And then we can use liberal socially. So somebody who has liberal ideas, they are open to new ideas. They're willing to not follow the established opinions or conventions of society. They're quite permissive. Okay, so respecting or allowing many different types of belief or behavior. In a liberal society, we are allowed to do what we want to do. Yeah? Parents, I think, should be liberal when they bring up their children. They should allow them to do the things that they want within reason. Yeah? He has very liberal attitudes. He's willing to accept and consider new and different ideas. He's quite open-minded, tolerant, broad-minded, and receptive to other things. So now let's go to the other meaning of liberal. Liberal in politics. So let's see. Liberal, believing in personal freedom. Okay, somebody who thinks that people should be free to do what they want to do. Somebody who is very in favor of individual rights, of civil rights, of equality, that everyone is the same. Yeah, but also that people should be allowed to do what they want. They believe that society should change gradually rather than imposing changes on society, so that society changes and the distribution of power and wealth becomes more fair. Yeah, so this is politically liberal. Allowing business the freedom to buy and sell and make money without many rules and with low taxes. Okay, and this is the idea of liberal. Now, when we get more specific with politics, I notice there is, with the noun, a liberal. So the American definition of a liberal and the British definition of a liberal are not quite the same. In the US, if you call somebody a liberal, you're saying they have left-wing views. They have progressive left-wing views. They have a left-wing ideology. They are perhaps in favor of redistribution of wealth. Whereas in the UK, liberal has the idea of favouring individual rights, of voting rights, of human rights, but not interfering with markets. Okay, so liberalism, it's based on liberty and freedom. Yeah, everybody is equal before the law. Um, yes, civil rights, human rights. A secular state means the state has it has no religion. It's independent of religion. Freedom of speech, freedom of the press, freedom of religion, freedom of the market, a free market economy. Whereas the American view of a liberal is somebody who is more left wing, somebody who promotes government intervention to force equality within society. Yes, maybe they are in favor of higher taxation to promote social issues. Whereas in British English, it's more somebody who is allows everybody to have their own individual rights, but that everybody should be equal, yeah, at least in front of the law, and everybody should have equal rights. Okay, so liberal, a generous quantity. So he used he gave me a liberal serving of potatoes, generous, an ample amount. He was a liberal benefactor. He gave generally. Yeah, he was very liberal with the tips that he gave to waiters. Yeah. Oh yes. Also, we can use liberal to mean not strict or liberal, loose. So normally, if I have to translate a document from Spanish to English, I normally give a liberal translation. It's not an exact word for word translation, it's a wider one trying to translate the whole meaning. We could also have liberal as an adjective talking about types of education, particularly the phrase the liberal arts. The liberal arts are studies designed to increase knowledge, as opposed to studies that train you specifically for a type of job. Yeah, so liberal arts, where you learn about something generally, you learn about the whole thing, rather than being specifically trained to become an engineer or a bricklayer or something like that. So the liberal arts, talking about gaining of knowledge. And therefore, a liberal, certainly in the UK, a liberal, the Liberal Democrats in the UK. Notice, in the past, a couple of 100 years ago, there were two political parties, the Whigs, who wore wigs, and they were lords, and those are the Conservatives, and the Liberals, yeah, the progressive thinkers, the people willing to entertain new ideas. But then, when did the Labour Party start to become stronger? Probably after about 1900, where the Labour Party was a coalition of workers, and they were standing up for the rights of the poor and redistribution of wealth and things like that. Okay, so liberal, it has various different meanings. So I hope that has helped clear up any doubts you might have. If you enjoyed the video, give it a rating, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now. Liberal.